If you're not subscribed to this channel, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button now, along with the bell icon for whenever I go live. If you are subscribed, check and make sure that YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you, and be sure to give the video a like. Share these videos on your social media platforms. And shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. All right, let's talk about this. So, as we already know, the Portland Trailblazers was eliminated by the Denver Nuggets last Thursday. And this past Friday, we also learned that Terry Stotts was relieved of his duties as head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. We also learned that Jason Kidd, who was in the running to become the Blazers head coach, withdrew his name from consideration. What's up, Sean Ojikor? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. T Price was good, man. So now, which begs the question is, Damian Lillard time is running out in Portland. And a lot will hinge on what the general manager will do. Now, I talked about last week how the Portland Trailblazers needed to fire Neil Oshie, but they elected to keep him. But I also talked about how much of a problem that the GM was. The moves that he made with trading for Derrick Jones Jr., trading for Justice Winslow, trading for Robert Covington, right? Re-signing Carmelo Anthony. For the most part, those moves does not work. He also traded for Norman Powell during the course of the season for Gary Trent Jr. And I talked about that on this channel, about how that was a desperate move. When Norman Powell and Gary Trent Jr. are pretty much the same player. Only difference is Norman Powell, is a little better defensively, right? So, yeah, we talk about the head coach, but truth be told, the GM needs to be held accountable for this as well. He needs to be gone. What's up, Nate Shepard? Salute to you, homie. Now, Damian Lillard has made it clear that there needs to be changes within the roster. Neil Oshie, on the other hand, feels that the roster is fine. All we need is a new coach. Salute to my homeboy, the Underrated Darkness, man. Go subscribe to the Underrated Darkness. Congratulations on your 2,000 subscribers, Underrated. Salute. So while Damian Lillard is signed to about 2025, he does have an opt-out after 2024. He is already signed to a Supermax deal, 3,000 degrees salute. So it begs the question, if Damian Lillard and GM Neil Oshie is at odds, right? Will it be the magic question that most NBA GMs and execs would want to hear? Is Damian Lillard going to request a trade out of Portland? Now, why would Damian Lillard post a cryptic tweet on his social media account about how much longer should he be dedicated, if he was dedicated to seeing things through in Portland? Right? I feel that if Portland wants to keep Damian Lillard, if the Portland Trailblazers are serious about keeping Damian Lillard, they need to fire Neil Oshie. In unrelated news, the Philadelphia 76ers have been fined $75,000 for Daryl Morey posting tweets about Stephen Curry. So that's we'll talk about that one here in another video. But back to Portland, right? So Portland's at a crossroads, right? Because like I said before, they cannot go in the next season with that same roster, right? I feel Carmelo Anthony is out of there, right? I think he was misused, he was mishandled in Portland, just like how he was in Houston, just like how he was in OKC. When Carmelo Anthony is out there balling, you don't freeze him out. And that what that idiot coach Terry Stotts did. If they don't get this right, because this is the thing, Damian Lillard is not the only person requesting that there be an overhaul to this roster. You had Yusuf Nurkic, a guy that they prioritize, alluded to the same sentiment that there need to be changes to this roster. But if Neil Oshie is hell bent on standing pat with this roster, you might see some people want to request they take it up out of there. Nurkic has already made it clear that if he doesn't see roster changes, he's out of there. Damian Lillard may request a trade. And then the bigger question is, who is Damian Lillard going to go to, right? There was talk about him going to the Clippers, but the Clippers don't have the assets. They're going to have to trade away one of their superstars. You're going to have to trade either Kawhi or Paul George. Unlikely Kawhi is going to get traded, right? I think Kawhi Leonard comes back to the Clippers. That's just me personally, right? The Clippers don't have the assets to land Damian Lillard without coming off of either Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, so they're out, all right? The Lakers, I don't see the Lakers getting them. I know they got draft picks and all that. I don't see them getting Damian Lillard either, right? This guy is signed to a supermax. I don't think the Lakers can afford him. What's up, number one grinder?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here, chopping it up with my fellow LDBC brother, man. Hey, man. Hey, first and foremost, congratulations on your 2,000 subscribers. Happy belated birthday, bro. What
Thank
you got
you.
on? And if you have not subscribed to the Underrated Darkness, subscribe to the homie channel. And what you got on this Damian Lillard situation, bro?
And you know what? It's so funny as you talk about. I mean, not funny when you talk about Carmelo Anthony, because a lot of people be bashing Carmelo Anthony. When you got a career, I'm talking about the playoffs, 25 points again. I'm talking about Carmelo Anthony. Why are you not using him? And I understand Jamie Lillard do this and that and everything. You got to use person. You need somebody that is cold. You know what I mean? That don't care. That he take the big shot. That would like lay the low in some of Lillard. But I said blow. I said I was Lillard. I want out. Come to the Knicks.
And you know what? The Knicks, is intriguing that you. I knew it wasn't gonna be long before that got out. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny that the Knicks do have assets. They can give up Julius Randle. They can give up Emmanuel Quigley. They can give up Mitchell Robinson. Should in Portland have an insurance policy? Should Nurkic leave Portland? Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks and then they got a plethora of draft picks. So the Knicks got assets to be able to can afford Damian Lillard. And then he will play in the number one market in America. He will have a lot of exposure. Because Portland, let's be honest, Portland is a small market city. He would definitely be the face of the New York Knicks instantly.
And I'm saying like this though, for me, is this that I don't want to get. Nah, I ain't gonna give for such a. But I would say this that he would be better. He would come to the Knicks, but I think the only thing that I'm very concerned of is the coach. I think that they should change everything. I think they should bring Mark Jackson in and get that coach because that coach to me, I'm just saying that I like the pieces they have, but they do not. To me, they do not fit the New York culture. They just don't.
You
You
what you
let an
talking
eighth round
about?
draft,
You don't think Thibodeau
huh?
fit the culture?
Look what he did to Chicago, man. He ran people to the bone, man. Why do you think Randall he don't have his legs?
He did look like shit in the playoffs, though.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? He said something, but he ain't had no legs. You don't want to play quickly. You want to run Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose ain't what he used to be. Come on, we got to call it as it is. You asking this man to play 25 minutes a game? Come on. You don't want to play Obi. That's what I'm saying. But get back to Damian Lillard. I want him to come to the Knicks. That's it, man. I ain't gonna get on the subject. Just change the
So,
culture, please.
the Knicks, Nate Shepard, he brought out an interesting point. Damian Lillard does rap outside of basketball, so it would be big time for his brand and his music, right?
Yeah, right.
Damian Lillard can rap though, but that motherfucker he got flow for a basketball player, dog. But
Yeah,
so so the Knicks definitely in play, right? Should he leave? Another team that's in play is the Miami Heat because they can come off of
yeah,
Bam, they can come off of Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, and they can
yeah,
come off of there's one more player they can come Kendrick Nunn, right? All four of those players can get Damian Lillard, and then if Kawhi signs with them as a free agent and all that, now you got a situation where you got Jimmy Butler, Damian Lillard, and Kawhi Leonard on the same team at the same time. And if that happened, man, you got to think they're a threat to the Brooklyn Nets next year.
yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, man. But like you said, he may get some points. Portland should clean house, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, they definitely they need a massive overhaul of that roster because uh, Derrick Jones Jr. is not it. Robert Covington's not it. He a good defender and all that, but he ain't no fucking world beater. And and Norman Powell, he's probably going to leave, considering that the free agency period is the free agency market is so dry. You're going to see like role players getting overpaid this season, right? Guys like Norman Powell is going to probably command $100 million.
Yeah, and they gonna pay.
Yeah. See, Dennis Roder, he would have gotten $100 million, but he fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to my homie CB Sports TV. Hey, CB Sports TV, man, if you got a minute, man, come on in.
Yo, shout out to CB Sports TV and congratulations. Keep up the good work, bro.
Yeah, congratulations to you too, homie. But yeah, so we labeled out two teams that could possibly, because the Clippers ain't it. The Lakers
No.
could have, but I don't see them.
Mm.
The Knicks
I
and
don't.
Heat are the two most likely play teams that
Yeah,
Damian Lillard could go to given their assets.
yeah. I don't see. Lillard gonna play with. They gonna play LeBron. Nah, man. Nah, You know what I mean? Let me. LeBron gotta have the ball. Then nah, man. That ain't gonna. No.
Shout out to who else is in here? B Skrills, Rick Bad Boy, Quincy Randolph. Salute to all y'all up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is right here. Here's my Cash App. Here's my PayPal. Y'all know what it is, man. Anyway, so Damian Lillard, right? So say Damian Lillard stays with Portland, right? And so if Damian Lillard stays with Portland, right, and Portland gonna do. Look, I think Jody Allen, because that's Paul Allen's sister, the late Paul Allen, right?
Yeah.
Because she inherited the franchise when Paul Allen passed away. So Jody Allen is going to prioritize keeping Damian Lillard at all costs. Look, she's not giving. Look, her marching orders to goddamn on Neil Oshie is probably gonna be like, look, under no circumstances are you to trade Damian Lillard. You can trade anybody else, but do not trade Damian Lillard. That's probably her marching orders, right? Mm-hmm. So, given that scenario, right, CJ McCollum gets traded, right? Now CJ McCollum gonna get some, you can get something off CJ McCollum because you're not gonna get the same kind of value as you would if you traded Damian Lillard, obviously. But say CJ McCollum gets traded, what team do you think most likely lands him?
CJ McCollum.
Yeah,
it's not really no teams that's not really no teams that want it because he's a small shooting guard. I said
I say the Knicks again. I say the Knicks could benefit off CJ McCollum, a guy that can score the basketball.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if we still got Tibbs, man, he don't want to play defense, and then he don't play no defense. He's on that pond, dog. He's getting splinters. And I know that. I'm saying that, we need somebody to put in the own. Tibbs, he want to play defense and shoot the rock, man. I mean, some got to give, man. That's what I'm saying. That going back to my point again, that might switch the coach, man. Like, you know what I mean? CJ McCollum will play defense, but when it's time, he want to score, he'll be tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you held men on getting old boy up out of here, innit?
Yo, Melo's out.
Well, yeah, I think Melo's a goner for real. I think he's going too.
He gone. Now, I know people that go like what I say. I would like Melo come back to the Knicks. They need scoring.
But you be too underrated. If you think about it, CJ McCollum really fits what they. I think he fits that situation with the point guard, the shooting guard situation, because he's an instant upgrade over guys who y'all got already, and Reggie Bullock and fucking who's the other guy who Alec Burks. He's an instant upgrade over them.
No. Let me explain this. What I'm saying is this. I totally agree with everybody said that he goes to the Knicks. I agree with that, but understand what I'm saying. We talking about Coach Tibbs. You don't play no D. You catching splinters. And I know that. That's what I'm concerned of.
Mm-hmm.
I will, CJ McCollum. Yeah, get CJ McCollum. Yeah, but Tim, look, I'm telling you, if you miss half assignment, he sits you down.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely a true
statement. That's what I'm concerned. NBA now, this is offensive league, so you know what I'm saying. I know that he ain't gonna like when we say this, but you gotta have some offensive punch, man. To play to keep up.
Yeah.
You gotta have that.
Yeah, you definitely.
And that's what our concern is. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say one last thing. I'm gonna give it. What's up, Gibby? I'm gonna give it to my brother Giddy. That's what. If I had the money, if I would have bought the Knicks, I'm cleaning everybody. I'm bringing Mark Jackson. I'm bringing the people that knows the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I want Damian Lillard. If I get CJ McCollum as a price and everything, I bring Melo back. And then I get some stars out there, and then straighten up the bench a little bit. Let's get it rolling. You gotta have offense, bro. You gotta have that.
Yeah. I hear people talk about Damian Lillard going to the Lakers, but I don't see that scenario playing.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
No, it ain't. Not with LeBron, no.
Hey, Gideon, what's up, man? What do you think, man? So we talking a couple scenarios here. You think Dame time is over in Portland?
Yes. Here's what I salute everybody. I'll just make this quick point before I have to go about. But yes, I think Dame is over in Portland. I look at many situations here. I know what the GM said about this, and I kind of do agree with the GM that I'm sorry, this is Damian Lillard's best team around him, and losing this series, I cannot defend that. Portland should have beaten Denver. I'm sorry, they should have beaten Denver, and I don't think Dame's going to be in Portland. In my opinion, Dame should go to Boston or Milwaukee. Really, one of those two teams. If you went to Boston with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that team would be nasty. If you went to Milwaukee, we don't know what they're going to do with Chris Middleton. But hypothetically speaking, if Milwaukee loses early and Dame went there, I think Milwaukee could do some things. I look at many. I don't think Dame's going to be in Portland next year. And if Dame really cares about winning, he should not stay in Portland.
You say who would the Knicks give up the shot? They can give up Julius Randle, Quigley.
No.
I don't
They
want
can
to give
give
up
up.
Randall and Quigley. No way. I'll keep my young guys. In my opinion, we should try to. I would not give up too much, though. I would not give up too much.
But you're not getting Damian Lillard without giving up Julius Randle, all right?
I
Because
Trying to
know,
give
but
some.
if that were the case, sorry, Dame, no way. If that were the case, I'm not trading Julius Randle. Yes, Dame is a better player than Randall, but Randall was on top of for the Knicks MVP. I don't want to lose Randall, man.
Well, I understand, give, but some got to give. I'm saying, go back to the coach again. If you know what I'm talking, I gotta repeat it again. Sorry, brother LB. We talking about Coach Tibbs. You don't play if you miss a half a time, he sit you down. That's what he did to Randall. I'm saying we need offensive pop punched.
But here's the thing: if Dame and Randall were on the same team, yeah, it'll be nice offensively, but they play both hero ball sometimes. That you have to consider that though. Dame and Randall like to play a lot of hero ball, so that's gonna be a problem right there.
okay, so say Damian Lillard doesn't leave Portland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say he don't leave Portland, and
Right.
you got CJ McCollum get traded, right? I take that back.
Right.
I take that back. So we talked about the scenario with him going to the Knicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about him going to Miami? And you have a situation where if Kawhi Leonard don't re-sign with the Clippers, which I think he will re-sign with the Clippers, right?
Right.
But say he don't, and he go to the fucking Miami Heat, right? Say he goes to the Miami Heat. You got a situation where if Kawhi Leonard signs with Miami, they trade for Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard goes there. Now you got a situation. You got Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard on the same team at the same time. So if that scenario played out, do you think that Miami Heat team would be a threat to the Brooklyn Nets?
They can challenge the Nets. I don't know about beating them because here's the thing, though. I think they'll get. I think if that were to happen, they will push Brooklyn 6 or 7. But I still would say Nets in 7 because the Nets will still have a deeper bench than the Heat. And like I said, Dame is a beast. Dame's a great player, but if we're just being honest, Kyrie is a slightly better playoff performer. If we're just using the eye test, and Kawhi will do his thing. Kawhi in the playoffs is an assassin. Jimmy Butler has to bounce back. After this year's embarrassment, he has to bounce back. But if that were to happen, I would say Nets in 7 over the Heat. Because I just think the Nets will have a better bench than the Heat, in my opinion.
Yeah, and go more your point, to about the Nets. The Nets bench, each of them players, they could play another position and plus keep the defense honest too. That people don't like to talk about, but I noticed about that too.
Exactly. And Kyrie will give Dame work. Kyrie, I love Dame, but Kyrie would destroy Damian Lillard in that series. And also, look, Durant and Kawhi will cancel each other out. All right. And here's the thing: James Harden's going to play well with Brooklyn because he doesn't have to have all that pressure he had in Houston. So with Brooklyn, he's going to play his butt off. And also, you have Joe Harris who can put the ball on the floor and shoot the free. You have Bruce Brown, who can defend, can hit a three, and is athletic. You have Mike James, who's played his butt off, can attack the rack and shoot the three. Even Blake Griffin, he's had a resurgent season. He can shoot the three. He's still pretty athletic, and he's a all right rebounder. And I'm sorry, man, Miami's problem to Brooklyn just had too much firepower, though. And I know Brooklyn's not a great defensive team. They're not, but the Nets can defend when they want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. And that's what I'm saying. When you got Blake Griffin, you got Kevin Durant, and I know they're not defensive stoppers, but I'm just saying that they could always switch up. They could run, and at the same time, if they want the half court, they could pull a half court. And then this is the scary thing that a lot of people don't understand. If the Nets win tonight, that's 2-0. That means the pressure is going to be in Milwaukee. And just let's say if the Nets beat Milwaukee, why are they resting
James Harden?
James Harden, right? And let's say James Harden is about, I said if they beat him in 5, and James Harden is about 85-90%. That's gonna be scary because now Harden, he said, I don't, like you said, he said, I don't need the ball. I get the ball, I just gonna pass it. He getting every time they come to the game, he getting near triple double. And I'm just saying, they luck. I'm gonna tell you, the Milwaukee, y'all really lucky the first game that Harden didn't play.
And he still didn't take advantage.
Yeah. They could have had at least about 30, 40 more points on that. So I'm just saying, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But that Nets bench, man, they dangerous too, man.
And also, like I said, I agree with you, underrated darkness. I agree with that. And like I said, man, I love Dame Lillard, but there's no way he's stopping Kyrie. Kyrie will feast on his ass. I'm sorry. And also, Kevin Durant and Kawhi will cancel each other out. And then, even though Jimmy Butler is a beast, man, he's a beast. James Harden, like you said, he will not have to spend so much energy. He will ball out in that series. And like I said, the Nets are just deeper than the Heat. I'm sorry. Miami's not beating Brooklyn in a 7-game series, even with Dame and Kawhi. I say Brooklyn in 7 games.
Now, I would say the Knicks, if we can't get Kawhi Leonard, I would like to we go after Kawhi Leonard.
If we had Kawhi, yeah. Yeah, man, but it's very possible, man. Very possible. What do you think, LB? You think that if Miami had Dame Kawhi, they'll beat Brooklyn? I say no.
It'll be difficult. It would be very difficult. Man, I can actually see Miami winning that series, bro.
They gotta revamp their bench too. They had a better bench, maybe.
Yeah.
I can actually see Miami winning that series, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't. Tyler Hero, really? Like Tyler Hero's.
Tyler Hero won't be there though.
But you're gonna need some veterans. But what are you gonna have off the bench?
Tyler Hero will be traded.
I think the series that you talk about be, I would say that it's gonna come down to bench. It's just the bench. Just Nets have better bench.
And Brooklyn's too deep for Miami. Brooklyn, they have too much firepower. That's what I'm saying. It would be a fun series, but it's going to be a tough series, man. And also, maybe the way I give Miami a shot is Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is a good coach. He knows how to make adjustments.
Very underrated.
Very underrated coach. So that's why I think it will go 7 games. But here's another problem. I like Dame Lillard. Dame plays too much ISO sometimes. Okay? You don't want to do that against Brooklyn, though. You don't want to do that, though. You want to move the ball against Brooklyn. Because if you play ISO ball against Brooklyn, they would kill you.
And I think the one thing that we got to mention about the Nets bench, half of the players they also could play mate too. So let's not forget about that too. And I think and that's what I'm saying. So they're not really losing anything. They can all throw any matchup and they can create their own shot. They can pass and everything. And they got some big men. They are getting better. And so the Nets is a juggernaut.
Yeah,
I'm a Knicks fan. The Nets is a juggernaut. They're a juggernaut. I don't know.
Tough. They're a tough team. Look, they're not unbeatable. No team is unbeatable, but
no, not at all.
They're not unbeatable. But when Brooklyn's focused They're gonna be tough out. And like you said, playmaking, slashing, pick and rolls,
Yeah.
screen rolls, and don't forget Jeff Green's a great defender. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
Claxton's a good defender. I mean, KD could defend when he wants to. Kyrie could defend when he wants to. Harden is not a great defender, but he could try when he wants to. Harden's a better defender now compared to years past. So
Right.
it's going to be a tough series. If that were to happen, it will be a 7-game series. We all agree that'll be a long series, but I'm sorry. I trust KD, Kyrie, and Harden over. I mean, Kawhi's could do his thing over Dame and Butler. I'm sorry, man. Miami's not being a healthy Brooklyn. No way. No way.
And
Not that team. The Nets have too much depth, shooting. They can defend. I know they're not a great defensive team, but they can try when they want to, and they can get into transition. They can get into transition, man.
right. And I think on more your point, brother, get into
Mhm.
one thing about the bench. The bench, whenever they bring the bench in, they do create turnovers.
Exactly. They love to get turnovers and stuff, man.
Yeah, so they're a dangerous team though. But I just want it is again. I like Damian Lillard with the Knicks and everything. I do because I think it will change around. But I understand the dynamics with it too. I
I don't
just
want
but
no. I like Dame, but the whole Dame and Randall isoball, nah. I don't want to see that though. I don't want to see that though. That's just me personally. I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry.
no, you interrupt. But like I said, I thought about it. Like I was talking to Elvin. I was talking like last week. I
Mhm.
did talk about it, but we talking about Coach Tibbs. You don't play no defense. You not getting the ball.
Exactly. That's another good point, man. Dame is a good scorer, but he cannot defend. I'm sorry. Look at Monte Morris, for example. Did you see Game 6 and Game 5? Come on, man. Monte Morris is a decent player, but he looked like AI at times in that series. Come on. We just gotta be honest, man. So, and speaking of Monte Morris and the Denver Nuggets, hey, they'll be in Phoenix against the Suns. What do you think about that?
I think Phoenix win the series.
Yeah, I think Phoenix. I think Phoenix hearing noises though that Denver can beat them. I'm telling you, I think guy man. I think that center man. I'm telling you, Joker's got to play man.
Joker has played. So does Michael Porter too. So
White
it's
boy
gonna
got
be
to play man.
it's gonna be a 6-game series. Could very well end in 5. I got Phoenix. I don't think Denver has the bodies. I'm sorry. I don't think Denver has the bodies right now.
Because I hear people they talk about Joker, so he could do this and that. But that's true. But I'm saying like this. Well, he got to play defense now, and I'm just saying that center. I'm just going to ask for your opinion. That center guy, and he's getting seem like he's getting better and better. We know
Mm,
he's good defensive.
mm. True. I hear you, man. But Denver, for them to have any shot to at least make this series competitive, they got to double D book. If I were Denver, double D book, and you got to be physical with Chris Paul. Remember, Chris Paul has a shoulder injury right now. Be physical with him, and you got to try. Joker has to stretch out DeAndre Ayton, get him in
Yeah,
foul trouble if you're the Joker. That's the only way Denver can make this competitive. But I'm sorry, without Will Barton, without Jamal Murray, I don't see the Nuggets beating the Suns. I don't see it. I think they lose in 6. I
yeah,
got
and
Phoenix in 6. Could very well
yeah,
end in 5.
that's true. And then you
And you got
got
the
Devin
series.
Booker.
You got the series going 6, man. I don't even see it going that long.
It's possible because Phoenix is inexperienced. You have to consider that. And also, like I said, CP3 is banged up. If Chris Paul was healthy right now, I would say Suns in 5. But since he's not, I think may go a little longer though. And
Yeah,
it's
I
hard.
think it's assessment. Yeah,
And also the altitude. When you go to Denver, the altitude is tough.
yeah, but I just like guy man. I do. I like the little center man. And I'm just saying, people that I mean, down low, yo, jokers, you got to play now.
You have to
you
get ready
got
for your ass, man.
you got to play now because guy get buckets, man, get rebounds. I'm like, guy, man, I don't know. And you got a Chris Paul. I'd rather have a Chris Paul of 85% then the 55%, and he throw the guy, and then the guy has been a proven person that he could definitely pass out the double. That you know what they're gonna lead? They're gonna lead Devin Booker, and you cannot double Booker. So I'm saying Phoenix, man. Ooh, and they play, and then one thing a lot of people don't understand: Phoenix play defense too.
They're a
They were the
great
top
defensive
10.
team.
Great
Great
defensive
defensive
team.
team. You got Bridges that can guard the perimeter. Chris Paul, D Book can guard the perimeter. You have Aiden that can score in the post. And you had Cameron Payne has been phenomenal in his playoff
Yeah.
run. Cam
Yeah.
Johnson's hit big shots. Jay Crowder, he can defend. He can hit the three. I mean, and Monty Williams has done a great job with this team. He's done a great job. The Suns are going to be a tough out. Do I think they'll beat the Jazz in the conference final? Or Clippers? I'm going to say no, but I do think they can give those two teams a run for their money.
I think they could take them to 7 games.
I agree with that. And speaking of the Jazz and Clippers, I got Utah in 7. What do you guys think?
Might be Utah in 5.
Whoa, 5? What?
Come on, we got 2. We talking about Paul George. Paul George ain't consistent.
That is a good point, but he has played well in the playoffs this year. We gotta give him that, though.
I give him that, but let's check out this series because he playing against Utah, and then at the same time you got Mitchell. He's not all the way healthy and stuff like that. And I wasn't Clippers. I go after him. He got to show me something.
I agree.
I would. Yes, I would.
And the Jazz have a lot of depth, and they're a great defensive team too. Don't forget about that. I mean, Gobert, the paint, and the pick and roll. You have Conley. I know Conley hurt his hamstring, but I think he'll be fine a little bit. And also Jordan Clarkson, he's been red hot this year. Niang's played well. O'Neal's hit big shots. The Jazz are going to be a tough out, man. I just don't see the Clippers being this team because Paul George has played well to this point, but he's going to be consistent, like you said. We'll just have to wait and see. Kawhi's going to do his thing. We know that. But is the other guys going to be consistent? And remember, you may need Serge Ibaka in that series. You might. Or Boogie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I see the Jazz in 5, man. When they defense is on, they turn you over quick, man. And I'm saying and you got Donovan Mitchell playing well. Oh my goodness, everybody else is like, Chew. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, Thibodeau won Coach of the Year. Congrats.
Who?
Thibs, he won Coach of the Year. Congrats.
No, yeah, that's good, but I'd give it to Monty Williams, man.
To be fair, I would agree. I love Thibs, and Thibs did a great job with our Knicks. But we gotta be honest with Monty Williams. Nobody had the Suns a 2 seed. Nobody. But I gotta congratulate Thibodeau, man. Congratulations,
I congratulate him. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I feel I'm talking about for me as a sport critic. Mm-hmm. Monty Williams, man, he changed the culture of offense and defense. You know what I mean?
True.
You can tell how he coached. You mean I'm happy for Tiz.
Hold on. You say Tom Thibodeau got Coach of the Year?
Hey, he won it. Check. He won it.
That's bullshit. Monty Williams,
right? Monty Williams should give Coach. That's what I'm saying. And I'm a Knicks fan.
And here's what I
bullshit.
They gotta change the rule. Why not make it Coach of the East, Coach of the West? They should do that though. Coach of the East, Coach of the West. What do you guys think about that? Like Coach of the East could have been Thibs, Coach of the West could have been Monty. What do you think about that?
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna end the stream right here and that, and I'm gonna come back in. We're gonna talk about this shit. So everybody, bring your asses back in here. We're gonna talk about that. Hey, I'm gonna end this one. We're gonna go right back to we're gonna talk about this. Everybody come right back.
Okay, got you.
All right, see you later.